What's going on, guys? Tim here from Astro Voltage Squad, bringing you this month's April, the investigation theme of Secret Order of Keys. Make sure you got your booklet handy. We'll be needing that here in a few. I'm going to go in step by step for each of the challenges and go through them with you guys one at a time so we can unlock our key and our bonus loot for next month. Hopefully you guys saw the LootCrate video that came out before this, where we showed off what we got in last month's crate. If you haven't checked that out, go check that out. Again, there are major spoilers ahead, so you are warned. Let's go ahead and get right into our first challenge here, which is Coffee Caper. So you're going to want your mug, your Batman thermal mug here. Hopefully yours has the handle. Mine broke off in the mail. And you're going to want the middle section of your Investigate booklet. And you're going to want to line up the handle of your mug right on the little arch there under my fingers. Line it up. And then you'll want to roll the paper right around the mug. Or if you want to lay it down on a flat surface, you can roll the mug along that line. And what you're doing is you're lining up the peaks of the skyline, like up here, and there's a peak over here. You're lining those up with the pairs of letters and spelling something out here. So when you roll it all the way across, you end up getting the following pairs of letters: TH, EM, AN, WH, OL, AU, GH, S, period. And that spells out the man who laughs, which is referring to the Joker. So I was right. So that was super straightforward for the first one. Definitely a lot easier than last month's puzzles so far. Hopefully they're still a little more challenging than this, because this one was super straightforward. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and plug the answer we just got from Coffee Caper here into our challenge answers box here. The answer I entered is incorrect. For some reason, I doubt that. Maybe without the spaces? No. Okay. I'm spelling it right. Does it not want the period? If you're gonna include a period in the challenge answer, you should probably include the period in the challenge answer. So don't include punctuation when you type it into the box, because it will kick it out as wrong. Rant over. That is the answer. The man who laughs without the period, because why include the period? Let me go ahead and reread this and make sure I'm not missing any super hint that says... I mean, it doesn't say use the punctuation, but I just kind of assumed, since it forced you to give you a punctuation, that you would use it. So yeah, punctuation doesn't count in the challenge answers, so just use the letters. Next up, we will be doing date data. And we'll need the Jessica Jones figure. I will be popping mine out of the plastic, so that way you guys don't have to. So take your planner here, which came in the loot crate, and place Jessica here in the center of the circle. and line up the pole here, the pipe, on her right side there. Line that up with one of the numbers on the clock according to this planner here, and whichever number she's kicking towards, for example, we'll start off with 8 o'clock here on the 1st of April. If you'll line that up accordingly, she is kicking towards number 6. So once you do all those, you end up getting 62571 from April 1st. From April 2nd, you end up getting 118634. And then April 3rd, you end up getting 108962 5 and 3. Then I printed it out just because it's easier for me to work on paper than it is on the screen. The clock sketch here. So printed out, looks kind of like this. If you just wanted to look at it on your website, you can pull it up using Acrobat or whatever you choose to there. So then you kind of have to use this. Actually, I'll pull it up on here for you guys, because it'll be easier for you to see here than it will be me holding it up in front of my face. It's easier for me to talk to you guys about what you got. So you'll take the numbers that you got and you'll kind of apply them to this sketch, so that, say you got the number 6 would be down here, then you follow the arrow from the number that you got to what letter it actually is. So you'd follow the 6 around here over to S, and then so on and so forth. So 6 was over to S, 2, which is 12, 1, 2 over here, goes all the way over, down over to H. And going out, you end up spelling out short fused gumshoe from in order. And we're going to go over here and type that in. Fused gumshoe. No punctuation. And it looks like it's accepting it. There we go. That is challenge 2 down already. We're doing a good job at this here. Definitely doing these ones a lot quicker than last month. They definitely seem a little bit easier so far. Let's go ahead and return to profile so that we can embark on challenge number 3, which is Graphite Cryptogram. This one was a little bit trickier for me. And I'm sorry about the lighting. I just had to switch on the light because it started raining outside, got dark. I was trying to use natural light, but we're back to make myself look all super white. Figuring out the order for what order the sayings from the pencils go on. If you need a reminder of what they are, got them right here for you. If it decides to focus, there we go, close enough. It is not the order on the box. It's not the order they were in the box. You kind of have to count out what letters of the word are used. I basically just counted up how many letters were in each saying and fit them to the proper line accordingly. For example, that's why they put the I in FBI pencil. Has 24 characters, which fills the entire row. There's only one line that uses a spot that's more than the next longest saying, which was 18 with "the truth is out there." with this pencil, the truth is out there. And so there's only one that was greater than that, so it had to be the spot for this pencil. And so I started process of elimination, narrowing it down like that until I got line 1 of the fancy cryptogram here. So this line here was the I want to believe saying. The second one was trust no one. The third one was that's why they put the I in FBI. And the fourth was the truth is out there. Again, I actually made a copy of it, so I wasn't marking up the original because why not? Then comes the kind of difficult part, especially because I was doing it on the copy. It wasn't the easiest to follow because, as you can see, the lines are very much or a lot closer in color to the background because my printer is starting to run out of black ink, whereas on the standard it's a lot more clear. But ever so often it was kind of difficult making sure I had the right line and I was following around. But one thing I do want to point out is make sure that you include this X right up here, right there. It does intersect with that line, which means they are using it in the cryptogram. So you got to make sure that you include that when you roll out the message, otherwise you won't get it right. So I got extraterrestrial tension as the answer for this one after I followed that line all the way around from start to finish. So let's go ahead and plug that in over here. Extraterrestrial tension. And it looks like it's accepting it. Boom. 3 out of 6. That sorts that out. Definitely trickier because they didn't give you a whole lot to go on as far as figuring out which one goes where with the sayings on the pencils. So I'm pretty happy about that. It actually kind of made me think outside the box to get that one solved. So go ahead and hit return to profile and close that out. And let's bring up number 4 here. Brick logic, which makes me think we're probably going to use the back page here, which has got the brick wall on it. And I mentioned in my LootCrate video that they should use the box for some of these challenges, and guess what? They're using the box for these challenges. Great minds think alike, I guess. Basically, we took the strip from here with the numbers on it, kind of compared it to our strip here on the box that looks oddly similar. And on our copied sheet, we scratched out the ones that were indicated on the box because we were ignoring the blacked out sections on the box per the police sketch here. It says travel through column A, choosing left to right numbers by ignoring the darkened cells, and then do the same for column B. And so the number that you get lines up with the number in order of the letters. You can also go by the bricks because the bricks are also numbered. I found it easier just to count out the letters because there was 1 letter per brick. That way you don't have to like line everything up or anything like that. It's kind of a little shortcut. But made it fairly easy. And so having selected the proper side based on the box, you end up getting Quarantine Killgrave. And And so if we go on over to our challenges, quarantine, I can't spell, quarantine, kill, grave, hit enter, bada bing, bada boom. It looks like we completed number 4 of 6. Turn to profile. I'm going to assume that's a reference to our Jessica Jones show, because the picture is actually the brick wall that she's kicking in the statue. I don't get the reference again because I haven't actually seen it, but I will have to check that out now that I've gotten a little bit of insight into it from this. Alright, so toe tag confidential cipher, which is pretty cool. I'm actually kind of stoked that we got to do some deciphering of actual ciphers and actual, they actually, in one of the FBI cipher primer, it actually kind of gives you an introduction into the ciphers, which is kind of cool. It tells you what a ROT 13 cipher is and how it replaces it, a good example of it, and what a ROT 123 cipher would work like. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to take the evidence tags from the front, the back, and in our booklet, put them together, kind of like I've done right there, and then kind of use that as your ROT cipher. So you would want to take the encoded case message that they give you here, right here, and cipher it. I mean, you could plug it into an online cipher calculator, but what I did was I just wrote out the alphabet, went from P and went 2 down from P, which was R, and then I went over to B, which would then be the 3 in the numbers. So you'd go, each letter would be the P, the B, the L, the E, the C you wouldn't change because it's a 0, and then the S. So obviously the 5th letter in each of those is going to stay static. It's not going to change. So after you cipher it all out, you end up coming up with reticulian abductee. Now, a reticulian is another name for like the standard X-Files alien. I actually wasn't sure. I had to Google it. Crucify me in the comments down below. But I'm actually kind of glad that one actually made me think outside the box. No pun intended. Let's be honest, it was super pun intended. I'm actually kind of glad that they included a cipher in this one. Let's go ahead and plug it in and make sure it is the right answer. Reticulian abductee. It accepted it even though it didn't think I spelled it right. So that is 5 of 6 done. So we are going to go ahead and return to profile. Last but not least, Stranger Squad, which is using the Stranger Things t-shirt. If you're going to do the puzzle for yourself, you do have to have some Stranger Things knowledge. It was kind of a struggle for me because I haven't seen the show. I really don't know enough about it. I could figure out a couple of the characters, but I had to actually like Google image search the character names and figure out who was who, and it was just super tricky to figure out which was which just based on this artwork on the t-shirt here, because some of them just it's really hard to tell like facial dimensions and things since I didn't like see them in full costume either. It just made it tricky, but I was able to figure it out. 11 is one that I know because I've seen a couple cosplays of it. It's the one in the center here. And then obviously the Demogorgon is going to be the big yellow thing in the background. That's going to be the big evil thing. And those two were fairly easy to figure out. And for anyone that's wondering, over on this side, the top one here with the hat is Jim Hopper. The one below him is Jonathan Byers. Below him is Joyce Byers. Top right here, you've got Mike Wheeler. The middle, you've got Lucas Sinclair, and last, but I don't know, maybe least, maybe not, I don't really know, you've got Justin Henderson. He was pretty easy to figure out because he had a hat on in the picture. But I mixed up Joyce and Mike, and so I was getting some weird combinations. But once you figure out who is who, you follow the arrows from the fingers in order over on your psychic web diagram here, and the numbers that are on the arrows are indicative of what letter is important in that character's name. So going across, you get U, P, S, I, D, E, D, O, W, N, P, O, R, T, A, L, which is upside down portal. Again, it's a lot easier to figure that out once you know what character is what. So if you're like me and you don't have any Stranger Things knowledge, there's your answer. We're going to go ahead and plug that in over in our challenges answer box here. Upside down portal. Alright, so there's a space between upside and down and portal. And that is all 6 challenges complete. Congratulations to me and you for completing our 6 challenges for this month. And we will get our special item in next month's crate. Alright guys, and that will wrap it up for April 2017's Secret Order of the Keys guide. Getting you through all 6 challenges, getting you your exclusive item in next month's crate. Stay tuned. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode with the more condensed version. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What you guys thought of this episode, more condensed than the last one. I wanted to get this done a lot quicker for you this time, so you could just watch through it a lot faster and get the answers that you guys need. Don't forget to hit that like button on the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see when the next videos go live. We've got a Pokemon Fire Red randomized playthrough on the channel. We'll have a couple other games coming at your face soon. Full Throttle Remastered, hopefully a Bioshock run through as well of all 3 games. So keep an eye out for those things coming as well. And I hope to see you guys real soon. Peace.